Okay, so we have an impromptu Instagram live Q&A. Very quickly, well, I've got 20 minutes to kill. I'm wearing a hat because I'm wearing a hat for the first time in a long time. I look a scruffy mess. So let's go through some questions. So, how long did it take me to make the pre-workout rice meal? About 2 minutes in a microwave. Very, very simple. I post it all the time on my YouTube video. Really easy to follow. So anyone has any questions, let me know on that. It's very, very straightforward. So the ground rice, you literally chuck whatever serving you want. So I use 80 grams, boil the kettle, pour some water over the ground rice, mix in your frozen berries, and then you're good to rock and roll. Straightforward as they come. It is fully explained on my YouTube video. Krista Spearman calling me Pedro, even though I have no Mexican heritage. All right, let's go for the next question. Do we need to eat every 2 hours during cutting or intermittent fasting? No. Ideally, every 3 to 4 hours would be the optimal time to eat from a muscle protein synthesis perspective. So ideally, every 3 to 4 hours would be ideal if you can do. But I wouldn't overly stress about it. Next question. Running intervals or elliptical post-weights training? It's with everything, it depends what your goal is. I would probably go for elliptical post-training because I wouldn't really want to do HIIT after training very hard. Next question, do we have heavy weights or superset or drop set during cutting? You've always got to keep the heavy weights in because that whatever you use to build the muscle mass you need to keep in there when dieting. Otherwise you have no reason for the muscle mass to stick around, so that's very, very important. What exercise would you advise to give on how to lose belly fat? I get this every day, Danny, so the same thing is going to be what works for you. So you need to be in a calorie deficit, you need to do cardio, and you need to weight train. Nothing in particular will make you specifically lose body fat from that region. You just have to lose body fat overall, and it will eventually drop off from there. You can't site-specifically lose body fat. It does not work. Is it okay to do cardio after the day of leg day? Yes, that's fine. I suffered from that today. So you have to see how you go with that. Question, do I do intermittent fasting? Hell no, I like to eat. But the only time I would do as an exception is if I'm doing a long haul flight. So, for example, when I flew back from Thailand in January, I didn't eat for 18 hours. If I do a really long haul flight and I maybe have been eating a bit more while I've been away or my stomach's a bit off, then I will probably do that. But generally, I wouldn't do intermittent fasting. It's not something I'd really think is optimal. I think it's actually more beneficial when you're bulking because it gives your digestive system a break. But when you're cutting, you're just hungry most of the time. You want the food in. Next question. If protein grow and repairs micro tears, why carb increases on a bulk? Because your body can only utilise so much protein in one to go. You can't keep ploughing in more protein. Your body needs carbohydrates for fuel and for glycogen. The more you can saturate a muscle with glycogen, the harder it can train. The harder you should be able to train up to a certain point. You don't need an excess of protein, And also, if you're looking to bulk up and gain weight, you need to be in excess of calories, so they have to come from somewhere. Okay, so next question. The questions like this, how long will shredding take? It depends how fat you are. Like, if you're really fat, it'll take you a long time. If you're pretty lean already, it won't take that long. Okay, so next question. Could including dirty foods be acceptable for bulking for quicker results? No, it will not help you get quick results. All it will end up with getting fat and also having digestive issues. So that will not help. And also increasing inflammation within your body and increasing the risk of potential injury. So I would not recommend eating dirty foods to grow bigger. 1 or 2 meals a week would be fine, but not every day. Okay, so question. Do I lose muscle from faster cardio when cutting? No, I do it every day, but you need to make sure the rest of your training and the rest of your diet is set up correctly. So that's a big caveat to there, my friend. But generally, no. How much cardio do you recommend alongside training to lean out? Again, it depends. How much do you need depending on your diet? But I would recommend doing some cardio initially on days you're not weight training. Review and see how that goes. Maybe just start with half an hour. If progress slows, then maybe look to add to 10-15 minutes post-workout. Then we look to go up your rest day cardio and then just bounce between the two of those. That would be my suggestion. You just need to make incremental adjustments as you go. Question. During tricep exercise, my joint aches. What do you do? Most likely your joint aches because your exercise execution is incorrect. So I'd probably find a very good personal trainer to teach you how to train correctly. And then I would also see a therapist and get it treated, would be my suggestion. What is the best pre-workout meal? So ground rice and a muffin is very, very good. I love oats, but they just bloat me out way too much. What do I do when I do cardio? What do I eat afterwards? A meal. No, I currently have steak, mince, and egg whites with veg. It's my breakfast. It sounds a bit weird, but I love it. And this is one of the most ridiculous questions I've heard. When we do shoulder exercises, does it affect height gain? Obviously not. I thought I had to read that one out because it's so stupid. So next question. Started my cut after lean bulk, was told not to do cardio, so I need it. What was your thoughts? Started my cut. Yeah, you're probably correct. You should initially be able to get some progress just off the diet alone, so I'd see how that goes and then review from there. How much omega-3 can I take per day? How much can you take or how much should you take? I'd recommend probably a minimum of 1,000 milligrams AM and PM would probably work quite nicely. You could go higher than that, but I don't think you probably need more than that. If anyone else has any questions, by all means, just jump in on the chat and pop any comments in here. I'm happy to answer anything. Next up, is it okay to do cardio after leg day? Yes, of course, that's fine. There's no issue with that, providing I wouldn't maybe do something like HIIT cardio if you've got really sore quads. Okay, next question. What's the difference between using incline chest barbell press versus flat? So an incline press is going to focus more on your upper chest and delts, whereas a flat bench will focus more on your pecs. In terms of flat bench, that, in my opinion, is not the greatest exercise in your shoulders and your chest. Puts you in quite a vulnerable position, so that's something I'd probably avoid. Do you do cardio after the day of leg day? How much? Yeah, I do 40 minutes the next day. Will be the answer to how much cardio I do the day after leg day. Okay, next question. What's the best meal after a workout? So for best meal after a workout, I would suggest you want a good solid protein source, ideally like a whole food, or you go for a whey shake and some fast carbohydrates. So cereal works well, white rice all works very well. Any tip exercise to get bigger biceps from dumbbell? Check out my YouTube. I've got a full channel on top 5 bicep exercises, and it will explain the execution points that will help you. So that will be on there for you. Diet beverages good for fat loss. So things like Diet Coke are good for fat loss in the fact that they obviously are 0 calorie and they may well stop you having other sugary treats. So I'd suggest they can help. Do you use an carb supplement during training? Yes, I hype on about this all the time, Paul. So I use cyclic dextrin and a load of other goodies. I've got a YouTube video on my current intra-workout that's pretty in-depth and discusses everything I put in there. So my current one is using the Sustained by Trained by JP carb formula, and then I use Intra Amino by Adapt Nutrition, which is an essential amino acid product. I also use a Pepto Pro in there, which is a casein protein product. I use creatine from My Protein as well. It's quite a few different bits and pieces, but there's a full video on my channel that explains it all. Anyone else have any decent questions? If not, we're going to call this a day. That's it. So I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. I need to rest up, do train hard tomorrow. Got a big session coming up with Mark Cole training back, so looking forward to that. So I hope you all have a lovely evening and speak to you later.